So the one question nobody's asking is, why is Congress even doing these hearings? Can we remember the First Amendment, please? The First Amendment to the United States Constitution prevents the government from making laws that regulate an establishment of religion or that prohibit the exercise of religion or abridge the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press, the freedom of assembly, or the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. So why exactly is Babylon, which we're paying tax money for this, even having these hearings? Why? Why? Because they want to take down TikTok. So what are they doing? Oh, well, they're breaking the First Amendment, right? Because it says, cannot make laws that regulate or abridge the freedom of speech. Now, the freedom of speech has been being suppressed, has been canceled for how many years now? Because of the damn war establishment. That's who's been controlling this country. It is not China. Are there some corrupt China mobsters that maybe are involved with our war establishment mobsters? Absolutely. But this has nothing to do with other countries. This doesn't have anything to do with enemies outside this country. That is not what any of this bullshit is about. What this is about is TikTok is a threat to all of those congressmen that were grilling the CEO of TikTok. And TikTok is a threat to Zuckerberg, who's had too much control in our country, in our elections, all of it. It's old, okay? It's old. This is totally against what our country is about, is having these agencies. This is the reason our founders of America did not want all these layers of agencies. I keep saying it. They called them factions. Factions end up taking away your rights. This should not even be a discussion. I don't care what the security risk is. And here's why. Because then if you allow 3-letter agencies and your government to step in and say, well, we have to remove it because it's a violation, or we can't allow that freedom of speech because it could jeopardize health, then they will do it with every other thing. And the next thing you know, you won't be able to say a word unless they tell you to. Is that what you want? No. So the biggest problem with all of this, is this is not a discussion about what is said or what is misinformation, because the First Amendment doesn't say anything about misinformation. If somebody wants to spread misinformation and somebody's going to listen to it, then they have a right to do it. That is what our founders said. While Congress sits up there and acts like they're so holy and thou, almighty, and protecting the American people, while they absolutely are right this very minute with these hearings and everything they've been doing, violating the American people's rights. So who's the enemy? The enemy is in Babylon. It's in this country, and it's because of factions like 3-letter agencies and the war establishment of this country that does not want the American people to be exercising their rights that were given to us, and not even given to us by the founders, but they were given to us by God. How dare any of them? They don't understand the Constitution. They don't protect constitutional rights. They grandstand, and that's it. If they pass something, believe me, it won't be to help the American people. It won't be to give you freedoms back. Are you kidding? Because once they start taking them, it's harder than hell to get any of them back. And what are they doing? Oh, we need to take more of them, right? Here's where the problem is for Congress. I don't care what side of the aisle. This is the biggest problem they're going to have, is that on TikTok, there's a ton of people that don't support conservative values, but they don't want to see TikTok go away either. Interesting, huh? So you're going to enrage all of the American people. You already are, because all of these agencies like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram have been violating free speech for years now to people like me and many others. And for you to get up there and grill the CEO, I don't care if he's from China or he lives here. I don't care where he's from. His platform allows more free speech than any platform in this American country. And what does Congress do? No, they don't highlight that TikTok allows free speech unlike every other platform. No, they have to go after it. So they're only going after it because they want to protect themselves. And people that want to protect themselves should not be in Washington making decisions. And they certainly shouldn't be wasting the American people's time having hearings when it's not even justified to have the hearings. We have a right to free speech, and you don't have a right to say security reasons take that away. You don't have a right to say that health reasons take that away. No, the First Amendment is the First Amendment. End of story. It doesn't matter what CDC says. It doesn't matter what Babylon says. It doesn't matter what three-letter FBI or CIA agents say. It doesn't matter even what Zuckerberg says. It matters what our Constitution says. And our Constitution doesn't acknowledge the United Nations, nor the FBI or any of these agencies. In fact, they acknowledge them as factions, that they are a danger to freedom. So maybe Congress could go, back to history class or civics or something and learn what the hell the First Amendment is before they have their next stupid hearing, wasting the American people's time and money.